What's going on? Facebook, YouTube, actually just YouTube right now. It's TFG Sports Media. I am sports guy Kendrick. Wanted to pop in, talk about some little college football. We got a lot of college football games going on today. Right now, I am checking out number 23 ranked Texas A&M Aggies at Miami. They are up 10-0 right now with 5:25 left in the first quarter. And that game is on ABC. But we're going to talk about the game everybody was tuned into earlier. Nebraska at Colorado. Coach Prime, the number 22 ranked Colorado Buffaloes, by the way, coming off that big win last week over TCU Horned Frogs, where they pretty much it was a close game, and it was an entertaining game. And there was some things that a lot of people were saying, well, that's just game one. We'll see. Don't jump on the hype train just yet. Well, Colorado came out in this second week hosting one of their biggest rivals, the Cornhuskers, and it was pretty nip and tuck. It was a pretty tight contest in that the first roughly 18 to 20 minutes, and then Colorado found its footing. Quarterback Shedeur Sanders, that's Coach Prime's son. He continued on his pace, man. Right now, I know it's still early, but when you talk about Heisman candidates, his name is at the top of the list. He was 31 for 42, 393 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. His wide receiver, Xavier Weaver, caught 10 balls for 170 yards and 1 touchdown. And Travis Hunter, the all Mr. Everything, he plays both ways. I think he played like 100 snaps today. He caught 3 balls on offense for 73 yards. He had a long 40-yard catch. That was a big catch. I think it was like 3rd and long. Yeah, and he ended up going for 40, and that set them up for their score. Now, let's talk about the defense. Colorado defense, they had 2 sacks, 6 tackles for loss. They hampered the Cornhuskers. They couldn't do much, but they still got to work on their run game. They gave up 222 yards on the ground. That is the Colorado defense. But they also forced 3 turnovers. So, again, Colorado came home, opened up, and Boulder with a jam-packed stadium. From what I was seeing, that like some of the ticket prices for this game was more expensive than the NFL game. Starting price was like $440 from what I was reading earlier in the week. But again, my thoughts on Colorado, I think they, like Coach Prime says, we coming. And I think they are. Their defense is solid. The only thing is they definitely got to tighten up that run game. Again, Nebraska gashed them for 220 yards. But outside of that, man, those young fellas are getting it done. Offensively, Shedeur, he's still looking good. The only thing I would say, he wants to make every play a big play. He doesn't know when he's holding on to the ball too long, in my opinion, where he's took some sacks. I think he got sacked 5 or 6 times today. Some of those sacks, he should have just threw it away. But he wants to make that spectacular play every time. So, but all in all, Colorado, they looking good, 22 ranked. I'm sure they're going to move up in the standings come next week. Next week, I believe they host Colorado State. But everybody has circled that game on September 30th when USC, I believe they go to USC, when they take on USC and Caleb Williams, who is the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. So that is going to be a game that's going to pretty much, in my opinion, put Colorado on the map. And I think they are already there. Coach Prime, again, has got these young fellas ready to go. His name has been in the YouTube streets and the internet all week. We've had a lot of people saying some things about Coach Prime, i.e. Jason Whitlock. I really try not to mention his name because I don't watch him, and I think he's a clown, in my opinion. He really came out, said some things that I think was a little bit, didn't need to be said. Stick to football. Stick to him coaching. You don't have to start taking personal shots. But Coach Prime he's a grown man. He can handle his business, as you saw in his press conference last week after TCU. So, he's keeping receipts, as he said. So, again, if you missed it, Nebraska was at Colorado, the big rivalry game. Colorado, number 22 ranked, got the victory 36-14. They moved to 2-0 on the season. Nebraska drops to 0-1. The next week, Colorado has Colorado State I don't know what the kickoff time is, but I do know it's going to be a Fox game. I don't know if it's going to be 11 a.m. start, 12 Eastern start again, but I wish they would move it to like a 2:30 slot. These early mornings a little early, but again, salute to the Colorado Buffaloes, and we'll see what they got next week. See if Shedeur can stay on this Heisman Trophy pace that he's on. Again, I'm Kendrick, the sports guy with TFG Sports Media. Keep it locked here for all your sports news and features, as well as breaking news as well. So we got the NFL coming up tomorrow. Early games. We got the game that I'm going to be interested in watching is the 49ers at the Steelers. That's one of the early games that'll be of some interest. And I also am going to be of interest. If you don't know, I'm a Packers guy. We got the Bears, and that's the late window game, 325. Then the Sunday night game is the Cowboys at the Giants. Then the Monday night game, we have the Bills at the Jets. So we got NFL football coming up on tomorrow, but we still got college football tonight. Oh, by the way, don't forget, we got that big game going on in Tuscaloosa tonight, 6 Eastern, I believe. Got University of Texas at Alabama. These two teams will be SEC foes next year, but that's probably the biggest game of the late window or the early late window, or however you want to call it. We got Texas at Alabama, so I'm definitely going to be checking that out again. We got the number 23 ranked Texas A&M Aggies at Miami right now. Texas A&M is up 10-7. Miami just scored with we're almost at the end of the first quarter. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday football. Keep it locked here. We will see you on the other side and on the next live and on the next report. I'm Kendrick. I'm out. Peace.